Hello, everybody. My name is Ricia Adair, president with Partner Co, number 4 power ranker in Canada. That's right. I logged in last night and I was usually number 5, and now I see I'm number 4. So I did a little dance and go, holy hallelujah. How does that all happen? It wouldn't happen without a great team. Hello, Beverly. Welcome. We're just doing our getting started right now. Beverly from Vancouver. Welcome very much, Beverly, for joining our call. So I'm going to get right to the punch with you guys here because 6 months ago, I was fat, frumpy, and broke. You've heard my story. 6 months later, I'm down to a size 8. I feel like I'm 35 years younger, and I'm making consistent checks with commas on a weekly basis. I want each and every one of you to get to that level too, because that's the true celebration when I hear people like Lori and Debbie, our twins, celebrate senior VP. So happy about that. I want each and every one on this call to be senior VP and take it one step further and target towards being in the officers club. That's a check with a comma every week, and that's where all of you need to be. So let's talk about that. First of all, right out of the gate, where things are brand new, you're learning, you're trying to figure it out, you don't quite yet have a downline, or those more advanced on the call with us do have downlines. I am going to suggest that whatever I do, you do too. Follow the leader, right? Because I want each and every one of you to be able to have enough stamina and enjoy yourself 6 months from now, as your team is 500, 600, 700 people plus, you're still smiling and having fun instead of being totally burnt out. And myself, Chris and Joni, the rest of the leaders, were learning very quickly that we need to leverage. And that's why we have a group call today. We're going to leverage off of the tools. So I am not going to repeat what's already been said. I had asked everybody as a forefront today to go to the Linktree website. And Debbie or Lori, are you able to click in or type in the Linktree website, jump over to it, copy and paste, and put it in the chat, please? So
okay. This
Linktree website is a training website put together by Chris and Joni Budd. They put a lot of work into it, and they finessed it with bite-sized videos, because the human mind now is getting so distracted that we're good for about 5 to 7 minute video, and then we kind of lose it. So I asked each and every one of you to watch the Getting Started Going Ultimate Boards training. That is the first one that you want to see. Thank you. It's in the chat right now. I'm just going to open up the chat so we can see it. Thank you very much for doing that. There's a plethora of great videos in there. Continuing forward, benefits of becoming a brand partner. That's a 4-minute video. And then depending whether you have an iPhone or an Android, you're going to watch either Chris Budd's video or Bob Budd's video. Lastly, you're going to watch how to boost your post. It's all said in these training videos, and it's done exceptionally well. So I'm not going to repeat that today. Those are the basics, right? I encourage you, when you're onboarding your new people, that you do exactly what I'm suggesting right now, because I don't want any one of you to get burnt out. I have never in my life seen a business in my 24 years that multiplies as fast as this one. It's absolutely crazy. The people that want the product, the people that want to come on as brand partners, the people are advancing so quickly up the ranks. There's so many people on my team that are making $250 a week and more. And usually in other businesses, I see that it's a fraction, maybe 5% of my entire team is making $1,000 a month. Now I'm seeing the number substantially higher because of our system of growth that Debbie mentioned. Debbie, again, how many boxes did you sell in how many days using the system of growth?
Probably in the first, oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Deb, you go ahead.
Debbie Stoke. Debbie Stoke. I just asked Debbie Stoke. She's brand new. Okay.
I started posting on Wednesday, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday, and 7 boxes. So one was last night, and then 6 today.
Fantastic. Congratulations. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So wonderful. So Debbie Stoke is living proof that this system works, right? Debbie Van Peekstra of Parksville. Roughly how many boxes have you sold?
And in the first week, probably around 10.
Wonderful. Excellent. Good, good, good. Okay, so proof is in the pudding, guys. Follow the system, follow what works. You need to get your Facebook ready. You may need to do some cleanup on your Facebook. You need to, if you've been inactive in posting as I was, I needed to start posting something, flowers, garden, pussycats, whatever it takes to get active again. So that's critically important as well too, right? To get your Facebook going. It talks about going into professional mode. It talks about going into public so people can be attracted and see your views. And likewise, we can in turn comment. So really important to follow the system. Any questions about the system of growth? Okay, I want to reiterate this, critically important. Never ever get into conversation with anybody on your main feed. No matter what their question, is this Ozempic? What are the ingredients? How much are the drops? How quickly can I get them? Are there any contraindications? No matter what the questions are, you always return, Mary, I will PM you for private message or DM you for direct message. And then in the messenger, that's when you're going to reply back to them. I'm going to do a quick screen share and bring forward my document. So this is also in the boards, and I've also doctored mine up a little bit. Things have been a little different with the postal strike and all that kind of stuff. So what are the drops? And again, it follows what the board says. Wherever there's a sigma, you're going to copy and paste, and that's your first answer. Hello, thanks for asking for info on the drops. So basically, you just copy and paste. Okay. There's 3 videos. There's one by Arix, the company who has the who had the amazing drops. They did a great corporate video, or Dr. Crystal Vance video, or Dr. Ginger. I usually choose Dr. Crystal Vance, but if I feel they're stalling, I might drip on them another one, Dr. Ginger, and drip on another one, the corporate video. And then I continue. Here's Sien coming in now. Just give him a moment. Hello, Sien and Maria.
Hi, Ricia.
Welcome to the call.
Hey.
Sien Tigley, Siena's dad and Tristan's father-in-law, also in Playa del Carmen, Canadians, who decided life in Mexico is more fun. So there we go. Okay, so we're just talking, Sien, right now about when you're posting, and you just missed Debbie's testimonial. Debbie, can you tell Sien, Junbo is his Chinese nickname here. Can you please share with him what you sold in your first few days? Because Debbie Stoke just started.
I joined last weekend. I started posting from the SOG, System of Growth. I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I sold 1 box last night and 6 today.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
that's how
That's
fast
great.
it works. That's how fast it works, following the system of growth. So, Sien, I also mentioned too that the videos that were previously mentioned in the invitation of this training were important to watch that, because as leaders and as we multiply so fast in this business, we don't have time to individually teach people about the boards, individually teach people about how to download it from the iPhone store and all that. All the videos and the training tools are there for you in the Linktree training site that Chris and Joni Budd did. The link is in the chat, and I believe I've sent you that link already. So I can't stress enough to leverage off the tools that we have. Okay. Because like for myself, in the last 72 hours, 7 new people came on board my team. There's no way that I can spend 1 hour with each person, right? Well, I can't spend simply an hour and a half with each person. So that's why you see I'm recording this, so other people
meeting
can
is
benefit.
being recorded.
Okay, so continuing forward, these are the messages that you're going to be sending when someone responds to any kind of question on your main feed. You never respond in your feed. I've got some feedback coming up there. Debbie, I think you're logged in twice. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you, thank you. So when someone asks a question, you're always going to say, I'll PM you. And in Messenger, you're going to talk to them directly. And you're going to send them the first answer with the Sigma. Hello, thanks for asking about the drops. Second one, watch this short but explanatory important video by Dr. Chris Sylvance. It's all here, guys. All the way up to the close. The retail price of the drops is $232.50 plus shipping. I buy them in bulk. I can save you money. It's $197. And then I'm placing an order this week. Would you like me to add you to the order? Or I just received my shipment? Or third one, because of the Canada Post strike, I can send you a link where you can purchase directly from the company and use your credit card. So that would be a third option that we could be using right now. Okay. All of the language is here. Don't change the language because it was written by marketing people and we've experienced that this language works over and over and over again. Okay. So I'm going to close out of there and I'm going to also offer in Google Docs, just a minute here, bear with me for a minute. In Google Drive, I have all of the links, or rather all of the testimonies, and that document I just showed you, the Word document, I have it in a Google Doc that I can share it with you, so I can send you that link if anybody wants. So instead of working with boards, if they prefer to work with their laptop, it might look something like this. And I have met both situations in my career with PartnerCo that some people just have trouble with the boards and the technology confuses them, but they're used to a laptop. So instead there's folder system like this, and this is what would be sent to you in the Google Drive. And you see all your testimonials right there. And they're all identified. Week 1, day 1 morning, day 1 afternoon, day 2 morning, day 2 afternoon. And you just copy and paste it. Then the easy thing about this is, sorry, if you're posting it, you're just going to copy and paste. You're going to copy that. And then you're going to jump into Facebook, what's on your mind, and then you're going to pull out the appropriate picture. So this can be available to you as well too. And if you like this Google Drive doc, can you please put your email address in the chat? And then I'll have, Debbie, you're pretty proficient on the computer, right? Debbie Van Pigstra?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I can do some. I don't have the Google Drive, but I'm sure I can find it.
No. I'd have to send you the invitation.
Oh, okay.
So I just need you, if anybody wants it, to take emails and if you can copy and paste those emails and send them to me, then I
Okay.
in turn can send it to you. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
All right, good. Okay. So I don't want to spend more time on the boards and all that, but does anyone have any questions about posting? No. Okay. So I'm going to say this. Get into posting immediately. Debbie Stoke just gave us her testimonial, how she sold 7 boxes right out of the gate, and the girl just started on Wednesday. 7 times 70 is a $500 bill that she made in less than 48 hours. Okay, what that wouldn't do to change people's lives, right, guys? So get posting immediately and do it twice a day. Stay consistent. When you're posting, let's just jump over to Facebook here. Okay, so when you're posting, oh, that's perfect. The girl's eating ice cream. Love it, love it, love it. When you're posting, right, you can schedule it on your phone. You're going to hear Chris and Bob talk about that in their tutorials. And you're going to schedule it for the time that your peeps are in. For instance, I'm in Central Time, but the majority of my people are in British Columbia. So I'm going to post at 11 a.m., which means they get it at 9 a.m. It is said that 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. are the best times. So then you're going to make sure that you share your comment with the boost group. Is anybody not in a boost group? And the boost group looks like this. And you send it. And then the post comes up. This is a group filled with people like us that are coming together as a family to comment on one another's posts. And when we do that, the algorithms look at this as a genuine conversation and they go, wow, this must be something of value. So I'm going to open it up so more and more people that are following you are going to see your post. It's that simple. When people reply on your post, you're going to come. First of all, sorry, I'm going to go up here and say the good karma thing is to click on someone's post, at least 5 above you each time that you post. And you're going to say something. And at least 6 words. Okay, so like the post and at least 6 words, and I would continue long and do 5 in that group and go up and comment on 5. All right. When someone comments on your post, you're going to like or love their post. And whatever Carrie says, amazing results with the body balancing drops, I might say, that's right, Carrie. Because there's 3 words right there, right? These drops are great. And it sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. It takes seconds. And you would go along and post for everybody that made a comment. And make sure you watch your notifications, because that's where you're going to see more info, please, or tell me more about these drops, something like that. I'm going too fast. So again, too, the more conversation you have in any given post, more and more people are going to see your post, and you're going to start to see in your messenger box and in your Facebook notifications that more and more people are responding, wanting more information. Really important when you go into Messenger, watch for new message requests. That's one that easily gets past me. And those new message requests are usually from somebody in public that are asking you about the drops. So really, really important to do that. Okay, now to get best results, you're going to go up to your followers before you post. Because I have 3,200 followers doesn't mean everyone is going to see my post. So you're going to go up, you're going to click on it, and maybe definitely pick non-partner co-people, and you're going to go to their website and you're going to click on something and just comment. Beautiful shirt, beautiful rainbow. I love your garden, great Christmas tree, whatever. Make a few comments on at least 10 people's pages, and Facebook is going to recognize, wow, those people must really know each other. I'm going to show John more of Sienna's posts. And you do that twice a day before you post. And so just start at the A's and work through the people that you know with the letter A, B, C, and so on, so forth. So this way, it just makes more and more visibility when you're doing your posts. Lori and Debbie Van Peekstra, can you think of anything more that I might have left off on the posting part?
I think that's great. I really like the last point there that you said to go in and click on some of your friends there and do that. That's very good. Get the algorithm going.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys, I'm coming from, I was such a shy, well, I won't say shy, I'm going to say private. I was such a private person. I wasn't doing posting on Facebook at all. And now I'm going, okay, I got to post about my kittens. I got to post about my Christmas tree. But you know what? It is a platform that we have that is free, that we have the best advertising. I mean, where else can you make $500 in 48 hours like Debbie Stoke did? You know, like, wow, right? So learn the system and do it well, and it will pay itself for you.
Yeah, one more thing, Ricia, I just remembered something, that if we're going to post, remember to post something other than the drop too while you're doing it.
Thank you. Yes, what I usually do is I schedule my drops for 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. Pacific, and at 12 o'clock, I schedule a lifestyle picture. So whether it's me on the beach with my dog, or a sunrise picture, or me with my kittens, or something about Christmas, right?
Yeah,
So
so I'm still working on that part myself.
yeah,
Different
exactly.
pictures. Yes.
So I'm going to be sending in the message box of our team different Christmas posts. So you may want to slide those in maybe about 6 o'clock at night or something. Stay
Great.
with the system of growth, right? All the pictures that we know. And you can modify the wording a little bit. It has been written by marketing people, so they know how to attract customers to you. You may add a little bit to it, okay, if you want, right? And then you could throw in some Christmas posts as well too. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Any other comments? Debbie,
Yeah,
how
no.
about you, Beverly? Do you have any comments that you'd like to add to the posting? We lost Beverly?
Hi, no, I'm here. I just had to get it together. I don't know if I'm hooked up on it or not, but I'm pretty sure Gail got me hooked up there. But I've never used it, so I'm like just exactly what you said. I go in there, I see the posts, I comment, and there you go.
Okay, make sure you're sharing your post, right? When you have
My
your
posts are the posts that are in Boost.
right. Yeah, you're doing it. I think you're doing it right. I've been following some of your posts and commenting.
I do the posts in my Facebook, but I've never done anything in the Boost because I didn't know how to work with it. And I was told, just worry about your stuff for right now. We'll get you into that later.
Okay, well, it's very simple. And again, it's just part of being a good Samaritan in the group here.
Yeah.
So like that's my post in the new Boost group. It just went in,
Boost
right?
group. Okay. Okay.
So I just commented on this person's post. So I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to comment on Bridget's post. So I just click on it, one click, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to just put something like so you're just going to put something in hers as they're saying something in yours. And it's just a feel-good thing between all of us. It's a karma thing. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Very important to you to post regularly. And again, talk to them privately in your messenger. No
I
other
have to say,
questions on phone? Go ahead, Debbie.
I just sold another box.
You did. As we're
I
doing
did.
this.
Yeah, that's why I switched to my computer so I could have my phone handy.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
That's great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
also wanted to say that it's important to check your message requests again, like you said, because a lot of us might not be used to doing that. And I've found messages myself in there, just learning about doing that from the summer. So, yeah, so it's a good thing to double check that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
along with any comments that people post, because like you say, it's something we normally don't do or didn't do before.
Exactly. And I think it's just at the top, right? At the top. When you open up your messenger, it's at the top and it says new message request. Up
Yes.
here, right? I think that's where it is.
Yes.
And also go to notifications
Yes.
and check for friend request. That's the other thing as well too, is when Facebook recommends a friend, check on it because there'll be friends in common. And yes, it's nice to have more partner co-friends, but you want people that are in the outside world that will be attracted to your postings. So if there's somebody that have 3 or 4 or 5 mutual friends with, send them a friend request. Right? You got to build up your friends. So do that on a regular basis. Don't do more than 15 in a day because otherwise you'll go in Facebook jail, from what I understand. Okay, and we don't want anyone to go in Facebook jail for a day. All right. Thank you, Lori, for that. Appreciate it. Okay, moving forward. So I want to share with you some of the tools that are critical. In the beginning, it may seem a little overwhelming, but it's not. Once you get things figured out, it's kind of like moving to a new city and you go, where is anything? I don't know where anything is in this new town. But as soon as you start driving around for a while, it becomes old school, right? So again, this Linktree Skinny Drops Brands Partners, the link is in the chat. Come here, spend a couple of hours in non-prime time and watch all these videos that appeal to or apply to you, rather. Okay, like Boards Help Center, that only applies to when you have a problem with boards. iPhone, it doesn't apply to you if you got an Android. So there's going to be some in here that will apply to you and some not. The more you learn, the more you earn. There's a plethora of great training with this company. Plug in, plug in, plug in. The IPA calls, I can't say enough about the IPA calls. I learn every single morning from these calls. They're Monday to Friday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern, as early as 7:15 a.m. Pacific. Lucky for you guys. You get to get up real early. And I put it in the Mexcanusa, which is our team group. And this is not for a lot of chatting, guys. This is more for announcements and so on. Otherwise, the announcements get lost. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go here. Okay. So I put the IPA call in at 7:15. Now, this particular link right there, I'm just going to grab it. Just a minute. And I'm going to put that in the chat. And I'm going to recommend that you actually put it in the contacts in your phone. So then you don't have to wait for me to post it every morning. Okay, so grab that link and those times. That's the IPA call Monday to Friday, and occasionally we have Saturday trainings. So put that in your contacts, call it the IPA call or whatever. The meeting ID you can put in there. You can actually put the link in there, and then it's easy for you to find. Set an alarm on your phone, and then you're in it all the time. Teach this to your new people. The more they plug in, the more they learn. Tristan, you've been on the IPA calls, right? Yeah, so just give me like 1 minute of a testimonial on the IPA call, please, Tristan.
Sure. Well, first off, a lot of people was really like overwhelmed with just like how much success stories there is. And I'm seeing that there's many different ways that everybody is finding their success. One of the ways that I'm really attracted to is the TikTok. I've really been trying to figure out how I can monetize and get myself utilizing my TikTok page, Instagram, Facebook for more than just artistic vision. So I'm gonna be doing lives with that said. So if anybody's interested, I'm sure that, even if you have some stage fright, maybe you haven't been on camera in front of a lot of people. I was there, so I understand that sometimes getting on a live as a new live host is not easiest, but we can do it together, and I'd be happy to welcome anybody on the platform, and even take advice as to how I can change things to properly suit and utilize the product. So
I'd be happy to go on a live with you anytime, Tristan.
yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, let's coordinate it. You bet. And maybe I could be down at the beach or something. You could be down at your beach, and we can make it fun, right? So
Absolutely.
again, too, like Tristan is saying, there's a lot of people lately. There's been well over 500 people on the call. It's pretty mind-blowing. On Wednesday, they read out the base commissions of the people who have made that week over $500 in base commissions, which is only one part of our playpen. And it took them 30 minutes to read off all the people, and that was just on 2 teams. certainly not all the teams of the company. So it's pretty impressive. So the IPA call every day, it's pretty early for you Pacific people, but worthwhile setting the alarm. The other one I want you to plug into is Chris and jonybud.com. And they went to a lot of work as well to set up a step 1, step 2, step 3 website. So spend some time with these training resources so you know what to look for, where to go, and in turn, you could teach others to do the same. I want to share with you now researchmoa.com, and it's just a matter of making a list, keeping one page separate in your training book specific to these different resources for you, because we have so many amazing leaders and they've done it for us already, right? So let's not reinvent the wheel. Okay, research. Okay, this is a great one too, researchdrops.com. There's Dr. Crystal. We see her right there. There's different languages, Espanol and Francais, all kinds of things. What are the drops? So if someone's curious about the drops, you know, check out this page and see if it works for you, and send them to this page as further information, right? Some Dr. Strand videos. You've got to watch his videos. This doctor is one of the coolest, most educated, informed doctors that I've ever met, and he speaks in layman's language. So definitely watch Dr. Strand's videos, and that is right on researchdrops.com. All right, now I want to jump over to YouTube. Okay, this is my YouTube page every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Mountain. Little late for Debbie and for Tristan and Sienna and Sien, but you know what? We still get Eastern Time Seaboard people on it all the time. So if you have anybody with a particular physical ailment, I may be able to go from my reference book, because I coordinate 3 guests for every call. I coordinate 6 guests a week. I may be able to refer back to October 27th. That day, Chris Bailey talked about Lyme disease, right? So, and one of the ways that you can do it, my testimonials are always at about 18 minutes. So if you're looking to hear different testimonials and you want to fill up your toolbox, because that's what this is, one story after another is a tool in your toolbox. You can listen to these testimonials. They're only about a total of 7 minutes. And then you could fast forward to the end, 10 minutes before the end of the video, where you're going to hear my special guest. My special guest always has a financial success story as well as a product testimonial. So these are great videos, and some of them you're just going to connect to and say, wow, this one is the best. Ricia was on that night, the guests were on that night, and my guests would appreciate this. So you can use it in so many different ways. For instance, you're prospecting somebody and 10 o'clock Eastern is just way too late. So you say, I'm going to send you a video. I want you to watch it. When can you give me 45 to 55 minutes to watch something? Don't just send it to them. You've got to get a commitment. And they say, well, I could probably watch it Sunday morning. Great. Let's pick a time, Sunday at noon. I'm going to call you to follow up and answer any questions. Right? You always have a next step, and you need to know your next step, and your prospect needs to know your next step. So whenever you send them any kind of tool, information, website, video, whatever it is, ask for a commitment and get to that next step. I highly recommend Sunday at 12, when that's your next step, have me on standby, or have one of your leaders on standby. Okay, for us to do a 3-way call, because when you get on the phone with them, you're going to ask them. I like to do the temperature. On the temperature scale, 10, you love what you saw, and 7 and 8, you've got questions. What would be your temperature? I didn't give an option to say 0, right? So watch my language, right? And when they say, well, I'm probably a 7, great. I had questions too. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way. And this is what I found. I found when I connected with this lady who lives in Manzanillo, she's a president rank with our company, and she just knows all the answers. And she's very helpful. How about if I see if I can bring on the call? Okay. That's all you have to do is introduce somebody into the call. You can introduce Chris and Joni Budd into the call, Reese and Ashley to the call. And as you get more on these trainings and so on, you'll meet more and more people, and different personalities will connect with your different personalities of your prospects. So that's another advantage to plugging in quite a bit. Sien, do you have anything to say about three-way calls? You've been in the industry for a long time. Hi, Maria. Do you guys want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Risha. Yeah, I think three-way calling is the way to go, because a lot of the times you just want to be the bridge to your sponsor, and you want to be the person who's connecting. You're the connector at that point. But eventually, you're going to be the one who's going to be the expert. You have to know how to play both roles. You're either the inviter, and you're introducing the person, the client, to your sponsor or the expert, or you're going to be the expert. And eventually, the people that you bring in who are new, they'll be the inviter. So you need to be both you have to be good at both roles.
Exactly. Exactly. And if you be master inviter, you can make $1 million in this industry, because we're going to do all the work for you. You just need to invite them, right?
Exactly. But I can't stress enough how important the training is. If you are going to build this, you can't miss any trainings. You can't miss any meeting that your upline, your sponsor, is going to do, because they are plugged in. They're the ones making the money. They're bringing people who have made money in a very short time, even the new people, and important, right? So prioritize those meetings with your sponsor before the ones that you have, first and foremost.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sien. And your sponsors are taking time out of their busy schedule. They're doing this for you. So absolutely. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate your contribution to that. And I respect your success. You've been in the industry for a long time, and I just admire you so much. Sien and I have worked together for a long time, long time. It's so great to reconnect. Okay, so here's another YouTube page. I'm going to put that in the chat. Anthony Moreland, or actually, can Lori or Debbie, if you don't mind putting it in the chat so I can stay on screen share? YouTube.com/@Anthony Moreland. And Anthony has done a whole lot of different recordings for us. Why You Need These Drops are held every Monday. I believe it's at Debbie Van Pikstra. What time is that on Monday? Is that about 4:30 your time?
Which one is that, Risha? Sorry.
Why You Need These Drops with Michelle McKay and Cynthia Bolden.
Oh, Lori, do you know the time for that? Oh,
Okay. All right. Well, we'll move forward.
Sorry,
Yes,
4:30.
yes, it's at 4:30 Pacific. Okay.
Yeah,
4:30.
4:30, and then there's another one at 4.
Okay.
before
So,
that.
Why You Need These Drops, though, is what we're focusing on, right? Oh, there it is. Yeah, 6:30 Central. Yeah.
Yeah,
So the recordings come here. Michelle McKay is a 38-year veteran nurse. Cynthia Bolden is a wellness practitioner, and Todd Rowland, who is our upline, is master's in kinesiology and nutrition. So the three of them often host this call, and they wrap it up in 20 minutes about the science behind the drops, what it does for you, and why you need to be on the drops. Those are great ones for your prospects, and they're all recorded here in chronological order. Okay. If you're looking for comp plan, just go here and you'll find it as well. I always click on video, but there's a whole bunch of comp plan videos in there. If you're looking for Dr. Strand, that previous one, researchdrops.com, was holding a lot of Dr. Strand videos. But he's done so much. He's done the Renew product. He's done the Slenderies products, insulin sensitivity. So if you have any diabetes people, there's a lot of medicine. There's a lot of science behind these products. So I wanted you to know about Anthony Moreland. right? And the other one is Level Up with Todd and Ashley Rowland, youtube.com/@. It's always that front end of the link. Level Up with Todd and Ashley Rowland. And if someone doesn't mind putting that in the chat box as well. And if you click on videos, and you're going to see all kinds of testimonials in here as well, 1 to 2 minute testimonials, product training by Kristen White. She's the president of our athletic council. So I want you to be aware of these resources so you can come and you could learn a lot. Brent Palmer is one of our top money earners, 90 days to CEO. CEO is a consistent $12,000 to $15,000 a month. There's your 90 days, and he does the math. He tells you exactly what you have to do in numbers to get to 15 grand a month. That's a great video. And he used to be a football coach, so he talks to us like a coach. Okay. Any questions about the resources? No? Okay, we've got the
Hello,
candidate-
yes, I do. Sorry.
Go ahead. Yes,
I
Beverly.
put my hand up, but you probably didn't see it. Okay, first of all, I don't know how to do a three-way call. And then all the people that you just mentioned, can the links go in here so we can copy and paste them?
Yeah. Yeah, if someone can please put the links in, youtube.com/@ Level Up with Todd and Ashley Rowland. I don't know if I can do the when I'm sharing the video. Oh, there it is. I can do it. Sorry, I didn't realize I could do it when I had the share on. Okay, there you go. There's one.
And I hate to ask, being that I'm a dinosaur, but I'm going to retire that part of my life pretty soon. But I don't know how to do a three-way call.
Okay, that's a good question, because if you don't know how, there's going to be other people on this call that don't know how. Anybody want to take that and explain it to Beverly?
I will. So it's what you do is if you have somebody that you'd like to introduce the business to, and you're at the point where you're trying to explain everything, you can do it a couple of ways. You can, but I would first ask the person and see if they would be able to take the call. Say, for example, Ricia. You can, and then you can maybe get her on the phone, your cell phone or whatever, and get her on the call some way with the person, can add her in. And then another way that
But I don't know how to add her in.
Oh, you don't know how?
No, I am a dinosaur, honestly, about technology.
Okay.
I don't know how to add somebody into a call.
Right. Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
I have an iPhone, believe it or not.
Okay, so on your iPhone, if you're on a call, if you have somebody on the phone there with you, you know how where it says you can click on it, and it should be something that comes up that says add. There's a plus sign.
Where do you click though?
Just on the screen. Do you have a newer iPhone?
I have a 14.
Okay, good. So when you're talking to them on the phone, you can talk to them a little bit, and then there should be a little button, like if you just press the screen slightly, it should come up. It would say, I think it says hold, or it has a little red circle that you can hang up the call, or there will be another one with a plus sign. There should be a little round grayed out one with a plus sign, so that you can click on that, and then your contacts will come up, and you can click on the person that you'd like to add on to the call. So if you click on the add, your phone might go on hold for a sec while you call the person in, and then you can merge the calls. So it's a little bit detailed, but yeah, if you're ever needing help with that, I could probably help you if you want. We could.
Can you put
go
your
through it
name in
after.
sorry, can you put your name in too so I can contact you, please? Or do
Sure.
you want to contact me?
Sure, I'll put my name here.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, and I just asked if someone could quickly jump in and find a link to send to Beverly. And
Oh,
a
thank you.
YouTube link, sometimes you just need to see it on YouTube and you see them do the Dumahuji.
And I just came from training in North Vancouver for 2 hours, so my head is quite full right now.
Well, good for you for being on the call. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lori. Thanks for helping out Beverly, and the two of you can connect in our group there. You can probably connect that way as well. So what I want to say about this is Beverly and Lori are on separate teams, right?
Debbie?
But we come together as a culture, as a family, as a community. There's no cross line do nots or anything like that. We're all coming together. And just a little history, when John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist bought all these companies, there were leaders in the Tahitian Noni, there were leaders in the Nucerity Eric's company, there were leaders in the Slendery Skinny Drops, there were leaders all over. And John and Darren flew them all into Puerto Rico, where they live, and said, this is who we are, this is what we want to do, and we want your cooperation. Can we make a family together? And it was like one giant adopted family coming together, and everyone had a different way of doing business. But then the system of growth was born not too long after, and now we all do it together, and we're hooked at the hips together. And it's the coolest culture I've ever seen. I've never seen that kind of camaraderie and culture and family style in any company that I've ever been with. So that's really cool. Lori, thank you so much for helping out on that. Really appreciate it. Okay, guys, I gotta fly here. We're gonna keep going.
Oh my God.
Log in to Partner Co. So this is how you log in, partner.co. And you're going to go to the Head and Shoulders up there. You're going to put it in your ID, right? And your password. And then depending on where you're at will depend on what flag you're purchasing from. So when Tristan and Sienna and Sien and Maria are making orders that want to go to their house in Mexico, they have to change that flag to the Mexico flag, because every country and product selections are different, and then they go to buy. And if I'm looking at Europe, for instance, someone says, do we have the products in France? As a matter of fact, I have a business presentation on Monday for France. I would change the flag to France, and I would do buy. And if I see Slenderies, then I know the drops are in that country. If you go to Bulgaria, all the products are there, but if you go to Bolivia or Chile, there's only one or two brands, because it's hard to get new products into a country with all the different politics and bureaucracy and licensing and payouts and all that kind of stuff. So we do gradually, I know for Sien and Maria and your family that we're working on the Philippines, and we're just trying to get past the bureaucracy of the Philippines. But we all know the Philippines is the mecca for network marketing, right? So we're working on it, and we need the key leaders to appear that are connected to the Philippines before we go into that country. So that's where you would buy your product. You click on Slenderies, and then it would give you your product in pesos. Now, if ever you come on board and you see the drops are no longer 1,749 pesos, they are now 24.99. It means that you didn't do your auto ship. And if you miss your auto ship that's scheduled for 4 weeks from the day you start, it's going to revert back to retail. So really important to know your auto ship. So I'm first going to introduce the rolling calendar, and hopefully I'm not overwhelming people here. But Tristan, what was the actual day that you signed up?
So the confirmation came in yesterday or the day before.
Okay. So let's go to the rolling calendar. We operate on the color-coded week with the number of weeks in the year. So if we look at, today is December 15th. So were you dated December 14th?
Uh, can I have a 30-second countdown? 13th. Okay, 13th.
13th. Okay. So you're on the kind of like a purple week. That's week 50. I've got another person coming in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to count 4 Fridays, counting itself, 13th, 20th, 27, and the 3rd. Your auto ship is going to go out Saturday, the 4th of January. It's the first Saturday of that same color. Okay, you have to have it set up by then. Actually, we should have done it when we signed you up, but we had spent a bit of time. So what we need to do is get it set up. You can edit it, you can change it. You won't be charged for it up until the 4th of January, but we can edit it up until the 2nd or the 3rd. I like to say the 2nd because life always gets in the way, 48 hours before it goes out. So let's talk a bit about auto ship here. First of all, any questions on the color calendars? And I see someone just came in. You've got a weird name. Who are you that just came in, please?
Charlene from Lake House Lake.
Hi, Charlene. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some Zoom etiquette, okay? I'm going to go to participants and I'm going to click on the 3 lines here and we're going to rename you and we're going to call you Charlene. Are you with a C or an S, Charlene?
With an S. Now, do I have to do that every time?
Yeah, because the host likes to see who's in her room, right?
Oh, no, I guess my question was it pops out. I thought it was still there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So there you go, the 3 little dots. So if you see iPhone or something like that come in when you log in, make sure you go to it and rename yourself so your actual name shows up. Welcome, Charlene.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, so again, depending what week you come in, back to Tristan. He came in on the 13th. It's purple. You can see week 50 is purple. So he came in on the Friday of week 50. His ultimate date is Friday the 13th is 1, 20th is 2, 27th is 3. The 3rd of January is the 4th. That's when we want to see you ultimate. Okay? Got that? That's your 4th Friday. That's your ultimate date. And your auto ship is going to go out the first Saturday of the same color purple on week 1 of 2025. This rolling calendar is in your back office. I highly recommend that you print it. You have a copy because I refer to this rolling calendar on a regular basis. When you go into your back office, it's going to show you those colors. So that's going to help you understand. Okay. So your monthly subscription. And basically the whole thing about this subscription is that we're going to be a product of the product. That's what it's all about, right? If we're not consuming the product, how can we convince others to buy our product? So you can certainly consume the product, and we hope you do, or you can buy inventory to resell the product, but we certainly hope you're consuming it. So you're going to go up to the top 3 right there to manage auto ship. In my case, my auto ship is set up. For a new person, you're going to add auto ship right here. Okay. I'm going to, Tristan, do you mind if I go into yours so we can actually show how it happens?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. Do you have your ID number handy?
Yes. If you have it, it'll be faster, but I have it too.
Go ahead.
Okay. It is. Can you hear me when I do this?
Yeah.
Okay. And 7154412.
7154412.
Yeah. And 7154412.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me log in here for a minute here. Just a minute, please. What is wrong? Just give me a moment here. Okay. So you're going to go here. You're going to go to subscription manager. And you're going to add a new subscription. But I'm going to go back to your dashboard and it's going to tell you those colors that I was explaining. Right there, your qualifying week is purple, right? You need to have January 4th, which we already discussed, is your auto ship date. So your qualifying week is purple. So now you're going to go to subscription manager, add new subscription. And we need to change the flag to Mexico. And when you go in the Canada flag, there's very few choices. So it's, you want to always want to be in the Black Purse NFR flag, which is not for resale. So let's go to manage auto ship again. Add auto ship. Now I'm going to show you something. You can do 50 to 100, and that's going to show up your choices. Your auto ship is 100 points, right? So you can get 2 packages. You can get any 2 items for 50 points each. So I'm just going to play around, Tristan, okay? All right. So we're going to do this one. Okay. Now, the right way to go is add to cart. And you see that little shopping cart right there? It came into your auto ship cart. If I go here to this one and I click on it, and I see your shopping cart up top, that's your regular order cart. If I add to cart now, it goes into regular order. So it doesn't recognize that you're setting up a subscription anymore. It thinks you're placing a regular order. So again, I'm going to review that because that's really important. So I'm going to go back to our subscription. All right, so when you choose something, always make sure, I'm going to ask just for my 50 to 100 PV, these are in Mexican pesos, right? Make sure that you always add to cart directly from this little white background. Never click on the item and then add to cart. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah? Oh, you're all muted. You can unmute yourself, you guys.
Yeah,
yourself.
that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah, we just
All
want to
right.
make sure
Yeah.
that we hit on
Okay.
Never
add
click
to
on,
art.
never
So-
click on the photo of, always click on the green button.
Yes, and if you would like, if you want to have more than one, you can go click the add button there, or some of them have a drop down list that will add different amounts for you.
Oh, Laura, you can't do that in auto ship. Not in Mexico, you can't.
Oh,
Because
oh,
then you go onto the regular order cart.
oh, this is Mexico, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to do one of these, add to cart. And the Skincerity, which is an amazing mask and skin everything product. It's for burns, for scars, for acne, for injuries, for all of those things. So I'm just going to put it in the cart for now. I'm going to show you, and you have 48 hours before January 4th to come in and change it. Okay. Now you go to your cart and you review it, and you see you've got the 2 products that we asked for. You continue to check out, and it says the date. We don't want that date because we already know it's supposed to be the 4th. So we got to change it. We're going to continue. You put in your shipping address there, continue, confirm your credit card, and then you're ready to go. And you'll be charged on January 2nd, or sorry, January 4th on that Saturday morning. So all the auto ships go out on Saturday mornings of everyone's qualifying week. Okay. You're muted, Sien. I can't hear you.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So all orders are going out Saturday morning of your week.
Exactly. Exactly. So very important for everyone to set up your auto ship. Okay. If you're using a Canadian card in Mexico, we may have to have Gabriella put it through. Right? Because the Canadian card may get hung up on the platform. So very important to do your auto ship. The only difference between the 15 PV auto ship and the 100 PV auto ship is a customer that pays to be a brand partner, has their membership, and just wants to continue purchasing at wholesale pricing, never wants to build a business, never wants a paycheck. That customer is 15 PV. Okay. It doesn't apply in Mexico. That's only Canada and the US. All Mexico customers to have wholesale must do 100, whether they're preferred customers or brand partners. The person who wants to make income, as long as they keep up their 100 PV, they will continue to get all that volume built underneath their power leg as their sponsor continues to sponsor underneath for them, if you have a sponsor that's doing that. And as long as you have your 100 PV, that's going to build up. Okay, so I want to show you the power of building a loyal business with people who are on regular auto ship and qualifiers to be as brand partners. So if you see here on the right side,
She hadn't looked at it in the morning. She's gonna look at it in this afternoon.
today is Saturday, 6 p.m. And already there's 10,535 volume that went out, and the week started last night at midnight. So you can see all the auto ship orders that have gone out today. Do you see that in the top right corner up here? So line 3 is my power leg, but I will get paid 15% on line 2 and line 1. So when you add that up, you're looking at 15% of 3,000. That's already $450 that I made today while I was pissing around with my in-laws at the market. Okay. So it's really important to understand that the base commissions is based on product activity and product auto ship loyalty. That makes sense for everybody? Okay. So now while we're talking about this, you're in my back office and I'm sharing this with you. In the beginning, you're going to do 2 legs unless you're a super, super strong sponsor. I'm going to say focus on 2 legs. I did 3 because I'm a very strong sponsor and I usually bring in at least anywhere from 7 to 12 people a week, right? So first start off with 1 leg because everyone that you sponsor is going to go underneath that first person. For instance, I'll use Sien and Maria, mom and dad, as an example. They sponsor Tristan and Sienna. The next person they sponsor is going to go underneath you. And the next person they sponsor after that one is going to go underneath Mary. And the next one is going to go underneath Helen. They create that leg going down. You are going to sponsor on the inside of that leg. Okay?
I need to go back for a minute.
Does that make sense to everybody? In the meantime, I will sponsor on the outside of Sien's other leg, Sien and Maria's other leg. I'll be sponsoring on the outside of that. So I'm going to help build them 1 leg. They're going to help you, Tristan and Sienna, build your leg, but you're responsible to build that inside leg. So in the beginning, you don't know which is going to be your power leg, leg 1 or leg 2. And as you get stronger in your business, you'll be opening up new legs. And that's the power of our plan, that you get 15% on all of your legs, your weakest legs next to your power leg. People ask, why don't I get paid on my power leg? Well, because first, your sponsor built it for you. That's why. Second, the company has to get paid on one leg. If the company paid everybody on all legs all the time, the company would go broke. So these compensation plans only work when you get paid on your weakest legs. Sien, do you want to add anything to pay leg, power leg?
Nope. So far, so good.
But in most businesses you've seen, it's a binary. You only have one pay leg, right?
Well, you also said in the beginning that it avoids any breakaways.
Exactly.
Breakaway is one of your guys that becomes a superstar, then you lose that to your upline. Here, that doesn't happen. So that could also be a great plus. So you pretty much get paid on what you've done. Really.
Exactly. Thank you. That's great. Okay, I'm going to close with how to invite. Now, Sien talked about this earlier, become a power inviter. That if you become a power inviter, we're going to do the work for you. We're going to close, we're going to present, we're going to close, we're going to do everything you need to do. But we don't know who's on your list. So on my IPA call on Friday, I talked about the book, right? You got to have a book. You get those names out of your phone and into the scribbler. Why? Because first of all, you could lose your phone and then you've lost $1 million business. Your phone could get stolen. There's all kinds of things that could happen. But there's something kinesthetically involved with keeping a list. Because if I have a lull moment, I can just zip through these pages and go, oh, yeah, I haven't talked to her yet about this business, and make a call. Now, the irony is, Sien is one of the superstars in my life that I know, but it took me 6 months to get to call him, but he is in my book, right? So make that list, guys. Get the names out of the phone, into the book. And even if you don't like the person, doesn't mean that you have to call them, but there's power to a big list. The bigger the list, the more powerful you feel. Right, Sien? Would you have anything more to back up on the list?
Risha, may
I
I
would-
ask? Oh, so sorry, I interrupted.
Okay, let me just hold off your question, Bev, and let's hear what Sien has to say.
I was going to say you want to prioritize your list too, like create as big list as you can and have your sponsor help you with it. But I have something called a list segmentation. And you want to rank the people. You want to give them a number. So put all of the people on your list, and you want to give them a score of, let's say, 1 to 5, and have 4 or 5 different categories. So one of them could be need to lose weight. Another one is looking for a business. Another one is open-minded. Another one could be is an influencer already. So you create 5 different criteria, and then you score each one. And then, I mean, this is going to take maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes. But then once you have a score for each person, you want to contact the ones with the highest score. Because what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a position to succeed. And if the first 3 people, because they scored so high, decide that they want to do it just because they fit the criteria the best, you're going to feel like you're in a business, and it's going to want you to do more and learn more and not miss any of the meetings. So if you can get people to say yes right off the bat, then you're going to do so much better. You're just going to give yourself a fast track and do more, because now you feel like, hey, this is a business. I've got people who are really interested and they want to buy products. So that's for the builders. It's called list segmentation. I can show you how to do that, but really just every person that you write down, score them. It's going to take, I said, 45 minutes, but you're sorting. And you know what, folks, we are in the business of sorting. We're not really into sales. We're sorting the people based on who's going to help us, who's going to help grow our business. And it's you feel a lot better when people say yes than you do no. No is good. Eventually you'll learn that no's don't matter. But in the beginning, for you and your people who are new to this industry, if you can get them a yes as soon as possible, you will have 150% of their attention.
Absolutely. Yes, this session is being recorded for those people that are asking. Thank you, Sien. And I do that as well too. I use a star system. If they're well connected, I give them a star. If they're motivated by money, I give them a star. If they're high achievers, they get another star. If they're positive and joyous to be with, I give them another star, right? If they're business people, I give them another star. So you can do the star system. You can do the scoring, as Sien said, whatever works for you, but you call your 5-star people first, right? Or your 50 9 out of 10 people first, or whatever it is, depending on the scoring. And I agree with you totally on that, Sien. Is well, let's face it, we do it when we go grocery shopping all the time. We don't want the bruised apples, we go for the shiny ones, right? And that's the same when you're doing your list. Thank you for that. Excellent. Now, some of these people are going to be on your chicken list, right? All you have to do is get them into a 3-way. I can help you. Sien can help you. The other day, Sien had some big hitters on the phone with us. So I brought in Ricia and Ashley, who are big time money earners out of the US. We have a whole line of people that can help you talk to the doctors, to the nurses, to the top money earners, to the big business owners. We have a whole bunch of people that can help you. And get out of your comfort zone, guys, because the bigger your comfort, the smaller the comfort zone, the smaller the income. And as you grow together, it's going to grow. So how to invite? I do Monday calls. I do Wednesday calls. We also have why you need these drops. There's recorded calls. There's all sorts of ways of how to get people in front of the information. Okay. The live calls, we do go into a close. So it's great to have people on the call, and it's great to have brand partner representation. But you know, when you're presenting to the choir all the time, guys, it's a lot more fun when the choir has brought some guests into the house, right? And it's a lot more fun for you. You're going to hear testimonies and you're going to wish, geez, I wish Brian was here listening to this. I wish Helen was here listening to this. So this is how I invite. I get passionate. And I'm in a little conversation with people, you know, catching up. Are you ready for Christmas? You got your tree up yet? Are you hosting? Are you going out? Whatever. And, you know, you can jump right into it and you can say, Sien, you know, I've actually got my business hat on right now. I'd love to talk to you more about your life and prior to current, but I've got something really important that I want to share with you. I want to ask you something. Let me ask you, Sien.
Yes.
See, there's that little
What do you have?
uncomfortable silence, right? I need him to speak out. So stop, shut up, pregnant pause. It's uncomfortable, but wait, he spoke first. Sien, do you keep your income options open around what you do now?
I always do.
Okay, there you go. There's one. Do you keep your income options open around what you do now? Or here's another one. Sien, if I could show you a way, I know you're a pretty busy guy, but if I could show you a way that with a very simple system, we can turn it into a weekly check with a comma, plus you're getting super healthy at the same time, would you give me 30 minutes of your time?
Yes.
Okay, there's another one, right? Sien, what would you throw in there as an invite?
Well, I would say that, you know, for people I know who are looking, I know that you're looking, and I think I found a way where you and I can make some money. I met someone who's made very good money with a really good system. What's your schedule like next week?
That's great. And so I say, well, maybe the beginning of the week.
Perfect. Monday or Wednesday?
You just gave me an or option. Always do that. I think Wednesday might work better.
Good. I've got morning or afternoon. What's better for you?
Another or option, locking me in. Afternoon is perfect.
Awesome. Sweet. So let's do 3 o'clock, and I count on you to be there.
3 o'clock is good. I'll be there. Where do you
It's
want me to
written
be,
down.
Sien?
Pardon me?
Where do you want me to be?
Let's do Zoom, or let's do coffee
Okay,
at here, there, whichever.
everywhere.
But I mean, guys, if you are hesitant and you don't feel comfortable yet, you could do a 3-way.
Absolutely.
Book a
Yeah,
3-way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got time right now for a quick 5-minute conversation? There's a lady I want you to meet. There's a fellow I want you to meet. I think the two of you would really have a great connection. right? You think the
Yeah.
same way. You both have that same kind of personality. You both have that same sense of humor, or you're both business people. You're both astute business people. So say something that can connect, that makes them
I
want to
also
meet.
add to that too, Risha, is that this person has 100% of the information.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And you
Absolutely.
want to play like you don't, even though you do, right? Remember, you need to know your role. Are you the presenter or are you the inviter? Now, we know you can do both. Learn to do both at your best. Write down all the notes, take notes as much as you can to be really good at presenting and to be really good at inviting. But know your role. If you're going to invite somebody, then you're not the presenter at that time. You just say, this person has all the information, 100% of it, even though you have it, but be the inviter and let the other person edify them so that they will want to meet this person.
Love it. Love it. So get excited. I use the watch method. Nobody wears watches anymore, but I do the click method. Everyone click on your left elbow or your left wrist right now, right? That's the click method. Say, Tristan, I'd really love to explain more right now, but I got to go. And you tap on that wrist, right? I got to go. I've got another call that I've got to jump into. Can I count on you that I'm going to see you Wednesday at 3:00? But just tell me a little bit more. Sorry, Tristan, I got to go. I got to jump into another call, right? So always keep control of the conversation and use the click method so you be able to jump off the call and you both know what your next step is. Okay? Write down your next step, guys. Make sure you have a system, a calendar, a phone calendar, whatever it is, one of the old style calendars you buy at Staples or Office Depot, book, diary, all that. Make sure you write it down so you got them. Okay. So when you go into a three-way, let's say Tristan is Sien's guest. And Sien, you are introducing Tristan to me in a three-way. You just got his interest that we're showing up Wednesday at 3:00. What would that look like?
Well, I would introduce you to Tristan, and really edify you as the expert, as a person who's made a lot of money, who's very successful, who's very busy. And thank you for being on the call because you took some time to share what you have with this person. So you want to edify the person you're introducing to, the person who's going to help you out. So, for example, I would say, Tristan, this is Ricia. She's a very good friend of mine, very successful what she's doing. She's only been doing this for 6 months, but she's shot up to the very top. And she's at this rank or this position. You need to listen to her because she knows she's going places.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sien.
Yeah, really edify.
Thank you. And so edify me because they don't know who I am, right? Unless you give me some kind of edification, it's really awkward for me. Really awkward, right?
I think the biggest thing too, Risha, is just let them know that I know her, I trust her. If you just say that's big enough. Like if you want to really break it down, the person's successful, and I trust them. That's it. But you can add to that as you learn how to edify.
Exactly. And in turn, I am going to honor Sien with some edification as well too, right? Tristan's so great to meet you. Sien and I have known each other for a long time. I've always respected him. I've always trusted his business acumen, and I'm so happy to meet a friend of his. Right? And then in the end, I'm going to say, when Tristan is ready to come on board, I'm going to say, you have the best partner to work with. Sien Tigley is one of the best in the industry. He's the best guy to work with. If he doesn't have the answer for you right then, he'll have it for you by the end of the afternoon. He's the guy that is resourceful and knows where to get everything for you. He's the best guy that can help you, coach you on your way to success with this company.
Yep,
Right,
edification goes both ways. You edify the authority, and they'll edify you back, and it goes both ways. And you're really helping each other. So learn how to do that too.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's great. So in closing, I want to say this, the Monday and Wednesday call, I've got a great lineup. I'm well connected to a lot of very successful people and a lot of amazing stories. And half the time, I don't even know what the story is going to be until it comes out of their mouth. So it's always really exciting. Work on getting guests into these calls, guys, because I work hard for you to find the guests to speak to you. So in turn, you need to get your guests to come in and hear what these calls are all about, right? Because we're going to go into the close to help bring these people on board with your team. So I challenge everybody to focus on inviting 5 for every session. Because Sien, if you invite 5, how many will show up?
Sometimes 1 or 2, sometimes none.
And be ready for that. Be ready for that, right? And if you've invited 5 who said yes and 1 shows up, 100% of your happiness goes towards that 1. Right? That's
And
the
if no
person.
one shows up, guys, then 100% of your happiness goes to the people that actually are new who did show up, because
Yes.
they will do the same to your people when their people don't show up. Always have
Exactly.
a great attitude regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say this as well too, when we have guests in the room as well, like if you're a brand partner and you've been at this for a little bit, usually we don't want to have so much training questions when I open it up for questions at the end. We really want the guests to hear, to be able to ask them questions. All right. Like I don't want you to jump in and say, well, I've had problem with my auto ship and it's jumping back and forth and I can't get it to work. And that's not the kind of questions I want to hear in my calls, right? Because we want to keep this very interesting for the guests, right? Okay. But like Charlene said on the other call, and I applaud you, Charlene, there was a new lady, Marlene, on the call, and Charlene jumped in and told us that already her jeans are too big for her. In a short time, her jeans are already falling off, eh, Charlene? Congratulations. And that was a great thing because it confirms that this is a great product choice for your guests as well. So in the beginning as well too, guys, while we're opening up the room, if there's quiet time, chat a little bit. Hey, and if Penny's my co-host or Layla's my co-host, say, hey, Layla, I had a most amazing experience. 7 people bought my drops in my first 48 hours, whatever, right? So we don't have that dead air. Make it an interesting call because this is a family call, not just the Ricia show.
And also keep
time
that
are
chat
those?
alive. Yeah, keep the chat alive and exciting and positive. And if somebody says something, yes, I agree, 100%, whatever, just keep that chat going.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. In the beginning, I explained my story, how I've changed so much in the last 6 to 7 months, how fat, frumpy, and broke to no longer in that situation. Like today, I just spent like 4,000 pesos on food for Mexican families for Christmas hampers. 6 months ago, I couldn't have done that, right? So life is so different, and you need to acknowledge that in the chat too. Wow, Ottaway, Risha, my life has changed too, or whatever. Thank you, Sien, for bringing that up. That's really important as well. Okay, Sien, thank you so much for helping me co-host the call. This is awesome. I love working with you again. I'm
Right.
so delighted. You're so good. You're so good. Love it.
Can I just
Um,
ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Debbie.
What time were those on Monday and Wednesday? Was that the late ones?
Yeah, that's 10 p.m. your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in bed.
Yeah, you're in bed. I know they're tough, but there is the recording. I always place it in the recording in the Mexicanusa group. Are you in that group? The
No,
Mexicanusa
I'm
group?
not.
Are
No?
those the only 2?
Those are the only 2 that I do. The Americans do one, but it's focused on US content. And that is at I think it's 7:30 your time. Monday is chock-a-block full of calls. There's a US corporate call. There's the why you need these drops calls. There's my call at 10 o'clock Eastern. Well, tell you what, Debbie, and Tristan, because Tristan and Sien and Sienna Marie, they're all, and Maria, they're all from the Toronto area. You get enough Ontario people, okay, that all start doing earlier calls for you. But the
Sounds good.
majority right now of our people are Pacific time. So you start getting me a crowd and I'll start doing calls for you earlier. Okay.
Yep. Sounds good.
Any other questions?
No, I really appreciate this training call. A lot of other calls I have, we'll talk about what type of etiquette we need when we're on the Zoom call. So this is nice.
Awesome. You're welcome, Tristan. Okay. So what's your next step, Tristan? Actually, I'm gonna stop the recording. Hang on just a second, please.